Alright, Morrow. Spawning in the top left corner of the map, guys, as the Red Terran.
And in the lower right-hand corner of Ohana, the Protoss player, his opponent, Ks.Jaak.
Oh yeah, I said I was going to ask him how to say his name, but I totally forgot to do that. But that's okay. So he's down 1 in this series versus Morrow, but you know what? It's a best of 3, so he's not down and out just yet. He does have to win this game, though, and he's got to bring it back hard. Morrow
There's an
with some,
SC
yeah,
chugging away, Rifkin.
probably going to go for that 11-11 ranks again. Ohana's another really nice map to do this on. There's a lot of really funky places you can put the bunkers to make this even more effective. But the probe, yeah, it's going to get up here and scout. Now the question is Morrow going to dedicate to something like this? There's not another SCV queued up. Yeah, he's just going to go for it, man.
It's very interesting placement on his supply depot, though, because the Protoss player is going to come up here, he's going to see it, he's going to say, okay, maybe he's going to be pulling an SCV now to build a barracks out there. I hope he's going to be doing that.
Well, what
No,
we've seen
he's not
players
doing that.
do, like we've seen some players put their second ranks actually back at home just to completely mess with their opponent. I mean, having one ranks on the forward lines, one at home is not that big of a deal. It does create a lot of extra reinforcement time, but if your opponent doesn't predict that you've got the 2 racks coming, it can really play into your favor. Now we've got our blue Protoss player looking for the barracks now.
He's gonna see it.
He knows what's up.
Yeah,
Fool
when
me
you put one at home,
once.
whoa, okay. When you put one at home, it's better on maps like Entombed Valley, because you can hide your second one much more efficiently. And here, the probe is going to be attacking this SCV, and it's going to be up to Morrow to keep it alive. He's got 2 now, but the 1 is okay.
Oh, right around the rosy a little bit, but it does only have 1 health remaining. Another probe being pulled. No, just kind of whatever.
Yeah, will he make that Zealot again first this time, Rifkin, or will he wait for the Stalker?
I really kind of wish he'd get the Stalker out. The 100 minerals is a huge deal, of course, but I mean, I don't think he was expecting Morrow to also bring down the SCV train, which seems to be happening once more. Not as big, not as dedicated, but 4 SCVs are coming out.
Yeah, they're floating away, Rifkin. In a big old line. 6 of them in total, and this is another peculiar situation for the Protoss player. But he's got his Zealot out. It's gonna have to do some damage on this Marine. It's pretty much his only option at this point. And looking at Morrow's Marine count, there's only 2 on the map.
Stalker is on the way, and it is being chronoed, and this is what he needs. He did not have this last game. The Stalker came out in a nice position at a nice time, but it was a little too late, I feel. This game, Morrow doesn't have the bunkers going down yet. He can still pick off a lot of stuff, and this Zealot has to stay alive. It has to tank for the Stalker. We've got worker words, Doom.
Well, if he mineral walks down to the natural, he should be able to get a surround and everything here.
Yeah, it looks to be the case. Once the Marines are picked off, the SCVs are not a threat.
Focusing on the Marines.
Yeah, Morrow might just have been shut out for this game. The bunker is going to complete, but really, it doesn't matter if there's nothing to go inside of it.
Yeah, that was handled very, very nicely.
Both players lost quite a bit in that, though. 9 workers, 7 workers. Morrow with the Mule, of course, not looking too bad right now. He can recover out of this, but not very easily.
His income's way better than the Protoss. The Protoss lost a lot of mining time by pulling those probes. And yeah, with the Mule Rifkin, his income, it's going to be okay. He's going to be able to catch up, I feel like.
There we go, bunker. I was going to say, if he doesn't get a bunker up at home soon, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, because, of course, Stalkers will destroy Marines.
Which they are doing right now. 2 Marines are going to fall. Is Morrow going to
Actually, I like that.
He's going to lift it.
I like that he chose to leave those Marines. It bought himself a little more time, as he had to get that bunker up. He just has to. And now the Stalkers are going to cross.
Depot. It reminds me of like a farm in Warcraft 3 that humans would build just for scouting purposes.
Of course, farms are much more cheap compared to supply depots.
It's very true. And he's going to be okay with this bunker at the top of the ramp. There's nothing really that the Protoss is going to be able to do. He'll know there's only 2 Marines in there, though, because the amount of damage that we done.
And look at this. He's actually going to go block the expansion of our Protoss player, so really...
Oh, I like that. I really like that move. But this might trigger like a 4 gate, but then again, look, Rifkin, only 14 probes to 13 SCVs, and he's forced to use Chrono Boost on the Nexus. So there's going to be less and less units out in the field.
And Command Center coming up too, Doom. I mean, Morrow, it's kind of weird to think that he could throw SCVs away like that and still come out alright, but I mean, that's the power of Mules. And this bunker's got no repairs on it, Doom. This actually...
Stalkers, though, yeah.
Oh, he's got to be so careful. If this bunker falls, that's going to be it for Morrow. Marines cannot handle the Stalkers.
It's going to be fine, though, Rifkin. This is okay.
Actually, Jacques got to be careful. Jake, however you pronounce his name, I keep saying it 3 different ways in my head.
He tried to go for that Nexus. I think he's going to drop it down at the 3rd base. He is.
Yeah, he doesn't.
No other option.
Yeah, it's not fun to have to do this, but you know what? When you're against a Terran player as Protoss, you're probably going to get that third base up eventually anyways. And right now, with the Stalkers roaming on the field, he knows Morrow's not going to be coming out of his base anytime soon.
Yeah, this is a pretty tough situation for the Protoss because he's only on one gate infrastructure. Literally can only make one unit at a time, and if it's just going to be Stalkers, they're not going to be able to get up and do the damage on the bunker. He's going to need other units like Zealots, Sentries, things to block off SCVs. As of now, he's just got to kind of play past it. I'm curious to see if he's going to take his natural expansion in addition to this. It might be a good move considering that he's probably thinking Morrow's sitting in his base taking his CC up on the high ground.
Yeah, I like his choice to do it, by the way. Like, he wasn't panicking, he didn't put down 3 extra barracks right away. What he did was he went for the command center. And, I mean, economy is everything. We've learned this 10 times over in every matchup. Everyone knows it comes down to the economy more than anything else.
It also comes down to scouting, too, and Morrow's getting great scouting off with his barracks, seeing that the robotics facility has been built in the main.
I mean, the barracks only cost 50 more minerals than an Overlord, and it's doing the same job more effectively. Oh, but it is caught fire now, unfortunately.
Getting the multiple investments, it's like getting compound interest out of it.
Too bad the barracks isn't like the Carbot animations for StarCrafts, where you have it fall on top of the stalker and kill it as it dies.
I haven't watched them, so I can't add any commentary, sadly.
Oh, you must, sir. They are just so adorable and so funny, and they're like bad StarCraft 2 jokes made into elegant cartoons.
Can you like show them to girls and then they like just swoon over it?
They'll be like, oh my god, that Zergling is so adorable. I love StarCraft now.
Then you gotta buy the plushie and all that other stuff too.
What an investment, right? Girls. Now we have our Protoss player. He's got his probe out here. He's gonna probably look to put a pylon or two down, but as stated previously, he doesn't have a lot of gateway production. I don't know how much damage he's going to actually be able to do now that Marauders are also part of this army composition.
Yeah, he's still very curious about what Morrow's deciding to do about getting his economy ramped up.
Dude, this Marine doesn't know the Stalkers are there, but he's about to have the biggest heart attack of his life. He's not going to die from Stalkers. He's going to die from a heart attack.
Where, what?
In the natural base on the very ledge. The very rightmost ledge. That one Marine.
He's going to be safe, man. He's going to be okay.
Oh, no, he's not.
It's so scary.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Shot in the face with lasers.
Actually, this is
cool. Around here, but he's just a little too late.
Yeah, Morrow, he's also with this, as we commented on, the funny supply depot, the farm, if you will. It is going to get taken out by these sentries, but if, you know, we had warpins coming from this direction, Morrow would have scouted it.
Yeah, and it's very important to note that Sjaak is getting his first scout off on the main base of Morrow here with this observer. Otherwise, before this, he had no clue what was going on. And he is going to see the fact that, yeah, reactors going down in the factory, obviously not going to be for Hellions. Starport is in addition to this, and seeing the transfer, Rifkin, everything has been revealed. The plot has been revealed.
I was really hoping you were going to say the plot thickens, and I was going to be like, dun dun dun.
It does thicken a little bit, but you can expect this out of a Terran player from a Protoss perspective here. This is a very, very standard build out of Morrow.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, too, just how standard this game's gotten. Oh, and the force fields!
Force fields!
Morrow not even trying to attack, just trying to run right now.
Oh man, that was devastating. That was the entire army for Morrow. And beyond this, he's only got 2 barracks in it. Oh, what a great decision here from Sjaak to go for the rocks!
Morrow is putting down more bunkers, though. He's got a lot of SCVs pre-pulled, ready to repair for this. I think he's anticipating a huge push from the front. I mean, he sees that the rocks are going down. He knows this, and he's actually just going to pull everything home. I like this. I like this a lot. He's just evacuating everything.
Sjaak's preparedness for this is great. He's got the observer placed over the top there. He knows exactly where he needs to go. And can he actually take down this command center before it gets away?
Oh, Morrow with a little bit of miscontrol on that Marauder. He's got to have the best rallies. He needs everything he can right now. Oh, and he can't lose this command center, Doom. This command center is so important.
And if Morrow just used a scan, he would know that Sjaak knows what's up here. And Sjaak has got to be careful not to reveal this, but he is revealing it by hitting the depots. Morrow needs to know that there's an observer on top of him. He needs to use a scan. Does he have any, though? He does.
Well, the thing is, these depots are in terrible positions in reference to what's about to happen. That's why he built the bunkers further back. He really wants to force Sjaak up that ramp. Oh no, that bunker will fall. Force fields. Oh, not. Yeah, Marines. Oh.
Observer up here. He's got to know this.
And this is 2 base. He's still droning up, probing it behind this. A Robo Bay on the way now too, Doom. Colossus, as if this wasn't hard enough for Morrow to hold off. Once Colossus are added to this.
Additionally taking his 3rd base at the same time. This is just a great position for Sjaak to be in, and I I don't know. Morrow's going to be able to take his expansion now that Sjaak has moved out,
The
but
medevac is also being followed as,
just
again, that observer is just the most deadly thing on the field. It's not the immortals or all these stalkers. It's that one observer giving him all the information.
definitely. Once he got that sneak peek at to what was behind the curtains, there's been no stopping him since. And with the Colossus tech, what is Morrow actually going to do against this? Build Vikings? Okay, sure, but then he's going to have only 3-4 medevacs on the field to support a paltry bioforce. That does he have stim and everything? Okay, he does have stim. He does not have combat shields though.
And that's really going to hurt because you need that extra health on... Okay, it
Oh,
actually
it just
does
picked him,
finish.
just picked him.
Oh no, the medevacs are being picked off too. Morrow's actually running into a terrible position as all these units are just going to get sacrificed, Doom. I think he's... Yeah, he actually does pick off one of them at least. Does pick the rest up with that medevac.
Too bad he doesn't have boost.
This isn't Heart of the Swarm, unfortunately. Now, there has been Warpins at home defensively. Morrow, I don't know when, but there's been an SCV down at the Natural for a long time.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's had it there. He sees it now, but that's beyond him because there's an army in his base. Rifkin, he's got great targeting down on those Immortals, though. And the SCVs did a good job of forcing out a bunch of force fields from the sentries, and Morrow's going to stay alive for the time being.
Yeah, the thing about this is the Marauders don't care. Marauders will shred the Stalkers to bits. It's that Immortal count that's scary. And look at this, we're actually going to have him caught in a flank position. Surrounded.
This army's gonna go down, Rifkin. He really needed the Colossus in this engagement, but everything is gonna fall. Morrow is way back in this game, and now the tide has turned.
Everything was going so poorly for Morrow this game until just now, Doom. I don't know how he managed to clean that up, but that was beautifully done. And I mean, we don't have caster cams on, guys, but if you could see me, I just had such a grin on my face, mouth open, gaping, going like, what the what? As Morrow somehow managed to bring that back. Now he's going to start pushing across with this, but a Colossus, Extend Thermal Lance, they're on the way, Doom.
On the way, but not nearly as close as it should be, potentially, because without that additional range, that Colossus becomes a much more vulnerable target. And looking at the unit counter station here, Morrow has 6 Marauders that could easily focus fire down very, very swiftly. And if he makes his target to third base, which it looks like it is,
and
just
the
sends a scan.
Yeah, the scan caught a glimpse of that Colossus too, Doom.
He's got to be very careful with his decision making here. If he drops in the main decision, but I think Sjaak anticipates that.
Oh, it's charging right for the Colossus. It's not going to go down. Unfortunately, in that Zealot count, that's such a meat shield, Doom. It is buffering very nicely for the rest of the army.
But a lot are going to fall on the Colossus in the front. Rifkin, that's going to go down.
And I'd wait for him to just run. Yeah, he's going to retreat for now. Getting that Colossus, huge victory. There's no question about it. Without concuss, he does have concussive shot. Sorry, my mistake. Take that back.
To join the fray, and it's gonna be wise to back up.
Morrow's got a very obvious observer in the natural base of Sjaak right now. I mean, the worker count too. This is Doom. Doom. We've neglected. Look at the worker count right now. This is. Morrow can keep doing all the damage in the world that he wants, pick off as many Colossus as he wants, but unless he can even out that worker count at some point, somehow, some way, he might just be able to do it with this sort of hit squad at the third base, unloading at the main as well, Doom.
If he can take down the infrastructure, that's going to be key, and if he gets the robotics facility, that would be very, very nice. He is going to grab it. Will he get out of here? He needs to. Boost
I don't know if he can. Yeah, I wish there was boost, right? But okay, he will pick off. Yeah, a lot of workers have actually been picked off through this, Doom. We said he had 70 workers. He's continued to produce behind this, but it is going to get cleaned up, unfortunately.
He's going to see the Warpins, knows that it's going to be more Stalkers, and that's going to trigger him to say, okay, I'm going to keep making Marines and Marauders. As long as you keep making Stalkers, I can afford to make these units. But Rick, I think he's going to have to turn around here as soon as he sees this Colossus in the middle of the field.
Yeah, 2 of them. Uphill battle, to say the least, here for Morrow. But you know what? He's already turned this game around once. I'd like for him to see him do it again. I mean, the resources lost right now is not that different, but the big thing is that worker count, that scary difference in the worker count.
He's really just trying to buy himself time doing these little engagements out in the middle of the map.
Ooh, that medevac had some units in it, and a little bit of lag there. Hopefully that wasn't me. But this drop in the main, still going on. Some nice kiting going on. And there's cannons, but he has avoided them, Doom, and now these probes are in some trouble.
Excellent. I think the Protoss is just going to say screw it and go kill him, though. Because
yeah, that looks to be the case.
I don't accept SCVs and
he did have some
but
Vikings.
we're going to have to see.
He's got some Vikings on the way. He doesn't really have much on the field at the moment, though, and that's the problem.
This could be the end of Morrow.
I think this might just be the end of Morrow. This is a little too much. Yeah, GG.